Hi Cancer, welcome to July 2017 love reading. It's Rena here. Before I begin, I just wanted to let you know that probably starting at the middle of the month, you can check back to see on my website, I'm going to be offering a separate love reading that is going to be a little bit different than the ones I do on YouTube. And even though it's geared for singles, it can be watched by anybody who is interested in possibly attracting new love into their lives. If you're in a marriage that you feel is on its way out, you may want to kind of gain that sense of a message coming through, synchronicity happening for you. And I am going to be using this new deck. I'm kind of excited about it, Oracle of the Mermaids. And it's specifically for love relationships. I did last month do 2 sets of love readings on YouTube, and one of them was for single people. But I decided to just have one on YouTube because I do feel it's kind of redundant. This is going to be a little bit different, and I want to kind of venture out and use other platforms. And so they will be on-demand readings, monthly readings. They will cost $1.77 US currency. And so if you're interested, you can check me out there. Probably today is the 9th of June, so probably within 1 week of this recording, they will be up and ready. Okay. Oh, you got your card for the outcome. That's cool. Okay. So the overall theme is the Page of Wands. This can be a card of receiving good news. Pages are messages sometimes. This could be the start of a new passionate love affair. Sometimes it's literally an affair because wands can speak of passion versus, the cups are more of that ooey gooey lovey-dovey stuff, and this can be more fiery. It could be with a fire sign individual. So we're talking about Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. But whatever's going on, there is a sense of excitement in the air for you, and there's a newness that is represented by the page. So this is a very positive card in the minor arcana. So that's a nice thing for the overall focus. In the past, we have a card that may actually be connected to you. I have to check. It's definitely connected with water signs, and this is a feminine, double feminine, very intuitive card, a psychic card, the Queen of Cups. And it's about somebody who is totally in that mode of sensing things rather than thinking, the logical part of yourself. And so I'm thinking, Cancer, that some of you may have even known that you were going to meet somebody before you did. In July, you are front and center because it's your birthday month. Happy birthday to you born in July. And even those of you, I'll even say happy birthday to those of you born in June, because I'm recording this on the Sagittarius full moon, so it's way before then. But you're in the height of your... and then I drew the Chariot for the outcome, so that is another card of, that Cancer energy. So you're in your own element right now. in July for most of the month. So perhaps you have that heightened sense of intuition, and you know where to go, where to meet somebody, and you do. And you may have even sensed that this person will be, or maybe you have that psychic link with that person, where it's like you're both, it's almost like telepathy, you have a spiritual connection. But you also have, I think, a connection physically. You know, the wands is about, it can be about sexual excitement. It can be very physically passionate as well. It could involve somebody who's an air in a fire sign. And it's funny because Aries is the one that I was thinking of. But also Leo, and you know, sometimes Leo, it's right next to your sign. You end up with Leos if you're going to end up with a fire sign. Or Sagittarius is another possibility. It's funny because this is the current energy along with that. Another fire energy. So this kind of almost solidifies it. And this is actually connected to Sagittarius. But I always associate it with Aries because this person seems to be a soldier, and Aries is ruled by Mars, which is the god of war. So they tell us when we're learning to read cards that you should always go with your own interpretation over what it's supposed to be. So I'm going to say this might be an Aries person. And definitely because you're both cardinal signs, you form a square. And I've been saying this to other signs. It's not an easy relationship, but there's a strong attraction nonetheless. And maybe, who knows, maybe these relationships that form squares, maybe there's a lot of physical chemistry. But, you know, actually, with that Knight of Wands can be a relationship with somebody where it is very unstable, in the sense that this person may be a womanizer, may be somebody who is here today and gone tomorrow. It could be a one-night stand type of a situation. It could simply be that this person is a very independent individual. And I think of Aries, that they shy away from like settling down. They may be afraid of that. They may be afraid of losing their freedom. And you are like, when you get into that mode, you can get positively smothering, because you want more than anything to have that very committed relationship. You don't do very well with those kinds of relationships that are just no strings attached. You want like 1,000 strings attached. And if this person is coming into your life, you may feel like wildly attracted to this person, but this person may be very elusive, hard to pin down. And that can be maddening, because you may feel like a lot of physical attraction towards this person, but you also want it to turn into something more. The higher message is the Queen of Swords. Either it's telling you you have to be more detached. Don't be totally cold, because the Queen is the feminine principle, so that's your emotional nature. Don't totally negate that. But on the other hand, don't get too hung up on your emotions either, that you lose your logic, and you also, lose your peace of mind. Because you could be so like, oh, I gotta have this person, and yet they are kind of, it's not even playing hard to get. They just are hard to get. They're not playing it. That's who they are. And sometimes, if this is a male-female relationship and you're a female Cancer, this male fire sign, let's say he's an Aries, he may be older than you and he still is not ready to commit. And, you know, usually fire sign people tend to take longer to get into that frame of mind. You could call it maturing, but I would call it settling down. I think there's a difference. I don't think you're immature just because you want your freedom and you don't want to have to answer to somebody. I think it's just a sense of like seeing yourself as the center of the universe and then kind of allowing other people in. Maybe it's a little bit self-absorbed. I'll give you that. So you may be dealing with a situation like that. And the thing is, you always have to accept people as they are today. You can't look at somebody's potential because, I mean, unless you have the patience to deal with them as they go along. But if you're not willing to do that, if let's say you want to be married and you want to be married right within a year or 2 years, you might not have that in that person, but you'll have a lot of excitement. If that's good enough, then you'll be fine. If it feels unstable, then you might have to, you know, look elsewhere. This is what crosses you, the Two of Wands. It could be that a decision is kind of bothering you and you feel that you're compelled to make it, where you don't know if you should leave this person alone. The other thing too is this could be a card of even picking up and moving. This may have nothing to do with this person. It could have to do with your own career aspirations. And you may be thinking, oh my God, I don't want to leave this relationship. I just started it. And so that could be kind of problematic. Or this fire sign individual could be a problem. But because it's the number 2, I tend to think of it as a dilemma that maybe a choice you're not ready to make yet. Because maybe you know what the truth of the situation is, and you don't really like to acknowledge that. The advice, or what's coming in, is the Empress card. This could be a card of pregnancy, a card of motherhood, wanting to be a mother. If you're young enough to do so, you may, and you are the sign of the mother. So if that's the case, you may be thinking, could this person be a good parent, somebody to parent with? And the answer may not be, you may know the answer to that, and it may not be yes. If that person is not stable, you may not have doubts that that person is capable of that. In some cases, this could be that you have to watch out for becoming pregnant with this person, because then you will be tied to that person. And also watch out for any tendency to think, well, I'll just oops, I forgot, birth control or something like that. But this, if you're not somebody who's a childbearing age, or you have no intention of having children, the Empress card is a card of sensuality. And it could be that you decide, you know what, I'm not going to worry about tomorrow. This would be you kind of overriding the shadow aspect of Cancer, which is security, being security minded, to the extent where it may impede upon your spontaneity and your ability to just take life as it comes and just enjoy things as they are, instead of planning ahead, for the future and being maybe fear-based about it and stuff like that. So it may be a card of saying that you're just going to take things as they come and be, and just appreciate the pleasure that the relationship provides, and that is enough for now. The Empress card is connected to Venus, to the signs Taurus and Libra, that the signs that Venus rules. And so that could simply be talking about love being in the air and on your mind. The outcome is your card, the Chariot. This is about the person who is holding on to the reins of the horse and really directing your thoughts in a productive way, not in a fear-based way, and achieving victory. This is a card of victory, but it comes from you being very aware of what it is that you should be focusing on at this time, okay? And it is like kind of being one-pointed. That's a term that they use in meditation, because it's all about having a sense of direction in your life, okay? And the path that you wish to travel on. And sometimes we have these influences that are very exciting, but almost like very hectic, or they can kind of throw you off of your typical schedule because you're just in the throes of passion, so to speak. So, and yet, but you know, the thing is that if you know what it is that you want, even if you're having a fling, even if you're just having fun, it doesn't mean that you're going to get thrown off your path. It just might be a nice respite from the typical seriousness that you approach life with. And it's almost like going on a vacation. A vacation isn't our normal life. And we may not wake up at the same time that we normally do. We may not even eat the same foods. But we enjoy that venturing into another way of doing things because it refreshes our spirit. So whatever this reading means to you, I hope you got something from it, Cancer. If you'd like a private reading, please click on the link below, or you can go to rainamoonastrology.com. Take care of yourselves. Bye.